In the most remote and treacherous mountains of Eastern Europe, there are legends of terrifying beasts, shape-shifting, bloodthirsty undead who prey upon the living. Monsters so hideous, so horrid, that to gaze upon them would drive a man insane. My name is Cameron, and this is my newest project, Vampire Ogre. A video game about an ogre vampire who arrives at a small mountain village. At first, the villagers are terrified of him, but when they recognize his friendly intentions, they enlist him as their town's vampire hunter. I love boomer shooters. I love old school 3D platformers, so why not slap them together? Ages ago, I remember dreaming up a mashup of Banjo-Kazooie and Half-Life. Vampire Ogre aims to realize that vision. Let's take a look at the features I have in the game so far. I want each weapon in the game to have 2 fire modes, or at least 2 different functions. Here's the first weapon I've added. It's a good old-fashioned blunderbuss. It's loaded up, simply hold down the right mouse button, and when you got it all stuffed full of crud, left click and... The main character was envisioned as a vampiric ogre with a heart of gold. His abilities need to reflect this. You can turn into a bat and slurp on foes to regain health. Here's how I implemented his transformation and flying ability. You press an ability key, which I've currently bound to Q, and your character transforms from an imposing ogre to a nimble Fledermaus. You can steer the bat's direction by looking where you want to go. Here are a couple of the enemies in the game, a Strigoi and a Clockworks. I want each enemy type to force the player into a different action. A big inspiration for the game is the original Quake. I love the way each enemy in Quake subtly forces the player into different patterns. You may need a specific weapon for some, sometimes you may want to get close and bait out a certain attack, or duck in and out of cover for others. This is just an adorable little mountain rabbit, quietly grazing in a field, right? Wrong. It's one of the horrid undead, the Strigoi. These shapeshifters go down easily, but attack fiercely and in large numbers. They're more your standard zombie enemy, but with a few twists. They don't just lumber around slowly, but instead pursue their prey relentlessly. Their shapeshifting also means you can never trust the local wildlife, even if they do look rather cute. Strigoi are fast and dangerous in an open area, but aren't great at pursuing you onto rooftops. That's where these guys come in. The Clockworks will be difficult to shoot and fire a barrage of bullets, forcing the player to always be moving while fighting them. I want to add a few more enemies into the game to give more variety to the combat, but they are all still work in progress. Graphically, I'm currently using a PS1 style shader. I want to keep the game's graphics simple to reduce the development time, but I'm still figuring out the art style a bit. I like where it is right now, but I may go for something more inspired by the old Quake software renderer instead. I'm going to shoot for weekly-ish progress updates on this channel. My goal is to release the game commercially on itch and Steam by the end of the year. Maybe around Spooktober, as I'm aware it will have some special relevance. It's going to be a real small game, so probably around the $5 price point. I'd love to release a demo within the next month or so. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, go ahead and subscribe. I can't wait to see what's next for this project. More enemies, weapons, and characters should be on the way soon. I also want to explore more level design, modding, and 3D art, so stay tuned for more of this.